welcome back to the channel with me, Beth Grylls, for another video. Now today we're going to be doing a lino print. Now lino printing is something I absolutely love. It's a fantastic art technique, and so I hope you're really going to enjoy this video as much as I will enjoy making it. So hopefully today we're going to be creating a really spectacular print. It's inspired by poppies and poppy seed heads, anything that really you could associate with opium, because this is based on a study of how our own environment could be fatal to ourselves and how our environment really affects our day-to-day life. So what I've got here to use, in my usual fashion of reduce, reuse and recycle, I've got a piece of off-cut floor lino from my kitchen. So hopefully we're going to be transforming this off-cut in a recycled project to create a really beautiful lino print. So because it's not been processed for artistic use and I've just literally cut it off my floor, it has got a rather rough surface. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to use a little bit of wet and dry sandpaper to simply sand it down and remove some of the texture, just to get a nice flat, smooth surface, a lovely even and a lovely quality print. So let's get straight on with it. We'll start with sanding it down, preparing the surface, and then we'll get on and we'll do our print. And I think there are actually 6 layers in this print. So it will take me a few days to actually complete this because of the drying times, but let's get on with it and just see how it goes. So I'm just going to cut around the white areas on my cutting mat with my blade, and then we'll go from there and we'll start printing. Okay, so now I've cut out all the white areas that I don't want, and I've just got this basic shape now of my main lino print left. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and print my first colour, which is going to be a sort of medium yellow colour. So yeah, I'm going to mix that up and I'm going to get printing. So I'm going to mix together a nice sort of cad yellow sort of colour. So I'll just put a blob of yellow there to start us off. Possibly a little bit warmer, so a little tiny bit of red. And then I'm going to mix in a tiny bit of white. There we go. Right, so I think that's probably the colour I want now. So I'm just going to roll this on. So I'm going to clean up the table, then I'm going to get out my paper and I'm going to start printing it. Right, so over on the bike I've got my paper. If you ever thought you were missing anything from your studio, it is definitely a motorbike. They are the best for just keeping your paper out of the way and clean. Just pop it on the bike and you know it's fine. And what I actually have as my improvised printing press is a rather marvellous thing. Battery. This weighs a ton. There you go. So then I guess we just wait a bit, push it down a bit. Ooh, I think I might just... So that one's looking good now, as you can see. There we go. So that's another light yellow one. So I'm going to hang that one up. Okay, so my next thing to do now is to cut out all the areas that I want to keep yellow on my print. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I've cut out all of my yellow parts I want to keep yellow, so I'm now going to roll over that a slightly more orangey yellow, so slightly darker, more red colour. There we go. Give that a little press. Okay, so now, as you can see, there's a bit more depth in that dark orange just there, in comparison to the plain base layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to do that to the other 2 base layers, and then we will go from there. As you can see now it is actually starting to look quite good, and it is becoming more of a poppy with the more tones we're adding. So the next thing to do is to cut out the things I want to keep orange, and of course print the next layer, which is the main red of the poppy. So that's going to be a really rich, vibrant red colour to stand out among these more pale, sort of orangey yellow colours. So I'm going to pop that on there, following the line. Oh, there we go. So there we go then, that is our third layer printed. So I've now got on there some yellow, a little bit of orange, just to add a bit of depth, and then the vibrant red colour. So now to the poppy, there is only really one more colour I need to add. I've got a dark brown to go in the shadows of the poppy, and then I need to make a green for the centre of the poppy, and then finally print the black of the seed pod. So I'm going to hang that up to dry, and then as soon as that's dry we'll crack on with the next layer, because we've got about 3 more layers to do still. We want quite a deep, dark, browny type of red to really stand out from the brighter, more primary red that we've got in the print. So I'm going to go with a bit of red, bit of blue to make a nice purpley colour, and then I'll sort of balance that out with a bit of yellow, and then see where we get to with that. So we probably want a bit more blue in there. I've got a little fly joining me. Hello. Just a little fly there. I don't really know what he's doing, but he obviously wanted a lift. Okay, so now we've got all the red tones in the poppy, the next thing I'm going to do is print the green that's going to be at the centre of the poppy. This large area here, where on the print you could see there's a big block area of the dark red, and it looks a bit odd. So we're putting in the, I don't know what it's called, the middle bit of the poppy. So I'm going to cut out the rest of the poppy, just leaving the seed head and the centre intact. Everything else is going to go. Okay, so we're on to the final layer, and of course that is going to be the black of the seed pod. So that goes right across the middle of the composition, and it's going to be a bit of a contrast area. So that is the final bit we're going to do. So I'm going to get on and start cutting out this layer, and then we will print that lovely deep black, and then our lino print will be finished. So let's get on with it. Try just to arrange my space. So with my prints, they're not actually completely dry as of yet. So what I'm thinking about doing is, if I just get the airline and just from a distance, sort of here, just apply a little bit of air to it. Just to dry that up a little bit. there we go, that is our finished result. So obviously we've got the one with the yellow in the seed head and the one with the white cut out in the seed head. Both of them look fine, to be honest, but I probably will touch up the yellow ones with a little bit of white acrylic paint. Overall though, I think it's a really great outcome and I'm really happy with the result. I don't know what you think about this piece, but feel free to leave your own opinions in the comments. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And also, if you did like this video and you like this piece of work I've created, you can find it on my Instagram page at bethany.rose_art, where you can see more of my projects, more of my finished projects, and some of my developmental sketches, all sorts of artworks on there. So feel free to check that out. The link is in the description below. So thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.